Masato Usuki fills out a questionnaire claiming to have a very average relationship with his mother, Mamako. Masumi Shures, from the cabinet office, informs Masato he is to start a new life inside a video game. However, after entering the fantasy world, Mamako is transported alongside him. The teleportation king registers them as Normal Hero and Normal Hero's mother, and explains they were selected based on Masato's questionnaire, and have been transported inside the game via unexplained technology. Masato is allowed to choose a sword and he selects Firmament, Holy Sword of the Great Heavens, while Mamako grabs two swords, Terra de Matter, Holy Sword of Mother Earth, and Altura, Holy Sword of Mother Ocean, planning to use them as kitchen knives. It becomes clear Mamako is more powerful than Masato and she admits Shures sent her with him for a secret reason. They begin in the Kingdom of Mammalia at the Adventurers Guild where the desk assistant, Shures, looks and acts uncannily like Shures from the cabinet office. When Masato recruits 3 girls, Mamako decides she must interview them to see which will be a suitable future bride. Mamako rejects the girls Masato chose. Instead, she recruits Porta, a merchant and craftswoman. Masato then tries to reject Wise, a sage with healing and combat magic and a difficult personality, so she teleports them away to punish him. Wise reveals the game is an MMORPG, or Mother's Massively Maternal Multiplayer make-up with offspring role-playing game, the point of which is to improve the mother-child relationship in order to return home. Wise explains her relationship with her mother is so bad they split up and she wants Mamako to adopt her instead. Shures teaches Mamako a skill to locate Masato, after which Wise is thrown in jail. Mamako promises to help Wise and her mother reconcile. They decide to conquer a dungeon, but get lost in the dark and Mamako unlocks a mom's skill, Mother's Light, allowing them to see. She defeats several slimes, leveling herself up, but with her clothes dissolved. Despite being naked, Mamako defeats the slimes, revealing a coffin with another Shures inside it. After Wise revives her, she reveals she is Shures the mysterious nun and gives them a new quest. To prepare for their quest, the party shops for equipment. Masato becomes frustrated with Mamako and snaps at her, but immediately feels guilty where Mamako forgives him. At Mammon Village, the chief explains the Empress of Night has demanded an attractive man and asks Masato to defeat her. Masato enjoys a hot spring, only to be joined by Mamako, Porta and Wise, who reveals she has knowledge of the Empress. She then accidentally reveals her nudity to Masato. Meanwhile, Shures informs the Empress she has broken too many rules. However, the Empress kills Shures. Wise tells Masato she will face the Empress alone and Masato, still naked from the hot spring, tries to stop her. Wise admits the Empress is her selfish mother who forced her to enter the game then abandoned her after she realized she could use her magic to establish a new life in the game with money and young men. Wise claims to no longer care, but Mamako knows she is lying and proves it by hugging Wise, who admits the hug feels weird as it did not come from her mother. The party revives Shures, who reveals the Empress, real name Kazuno, is suspected of cheating. Shures offers to waive the fine if Wise can repair their relationship. Kazuno immediately starts a fight where she summons a white room. Masato realizes she is using a hacking tool. Kazuno reveals she plans to use it in the real world to hack her way to riches and power. Kazuno then refuses to listen to Wise as she is still angry. Mamako suddenly breaks into the room. Realizing Kazuno is a sage like Wise, Masato uses one of Porta's tools to seal Kazuno's magic. Kazuno is overwhelmed and defeated, though Wise catches her before she hits the ground, begging for them to reconcile. Kazuno transforms back to her true form, only to immediately begin arguing with Wise. Shures accepts this as them reconciling and clearing the game, allowing Kazuno to log out. However, Wise opts to stay with Masato, claiming she wants to help the party for fun. The real world Shures contacts them with a new quest to fix the problems the software writers cannot. Mamako is happy she can have normal conversations with Masato again. Masato decides to join the Lover's Lane Academy for experience. There, he meets fellow student and mage Medhai and her controlling mother Medhimama, who constantly brags about Medhai's abilities. Medhimama insists on joining the lesson to ensure Medhai remains the strongest student. Experience points are given for correct answers, but everyone is sabotaged by Medhimama. Medhimama claims to be the greatest parent in the world by sabotaging others. Masato notices Medhai does not seem to agree with this. Mamako disguises herself as a student and infiltrates the school with Shuri as the principal, who wants them to fix the bugs in the academy software, since the academy was constructed hastily. Mamako observes the next class with Medhimama, who is surprised Momoko worries more about her child making friends than acing the class. Medhai finds Momoko amusing, embarrassing Masato. Medimama tries to sabotage the class again, but Momoko's mother's sharing skill cancels her sabotage spells. Medhai finds her mother's failure amusing. Momoko ends up answering all the questions herself and comes top of the class, with Medhai in second, while Masato, Wise, and Porta come in joint last place, but Momoko praises their effort anyway. Masato has developed a crush on Medhai. Meanwhile, Medimama begins a one-sided rivalry with Momoko. Masato notices Medhai making quiet negative comments about Medimama. Their first lesson is cookery, which Medhai manages to do well at due to Medimama's cheating. Momoko also does well but with normal cookery, and her food is so good Masato, Wise, and Porta get skill boosts and experience points from eating it. Medhai congratulates them but Medimama is furious. In swimming class, Medimama appears in a scandalous bikini but is easily outdone by Momoko in a school swimsuit, infuriating her even further. In the pool, warriors like Wise and Masato are told to defeat sea monsters while crafters like Porta collect the drop items. Momoko shouts encouragement while Medimama shouts criticism. Medhai loses her self-confidence and gives up, so a monster grabs Momoko, who beats it with her Mother Ocean sword, allowing Masato to kill it. Masato wins first place and is bear-hugged by Momoko, while Medimama slaps Medhai for failing. Masato tries to comfort her but she runs away, and Masato and Momoko later see Medhai furiously kicking a wall, swearing and wishing Medimama was dead. The academy announces a festival which the students must plan with their parents for experience points. Momoko suggests a cafe so Medimama plans her own cafe to compete with them. Medhai later approaches Masato to apologize for her mother's behavior. Momoko's cafe is an immediate success while Medimama's is ignored. To attract customers, she strips Medhai naked, but when Masato sees this, Medimama kills him. He becomes a ghost and overhears Medimama order Medhai to seduce him and ruin Momoko's cafe. Once revived, Masato angrily confronts Medimama, who demands they compete in a waitress beauty contest. Medhai defeats Wise in the contest, but Momoko goes on stage to speak to Wise and accidentally defeats Medhai. Masato flees with Medhai so Medimama cannot punish her. Medhai admits she just wants to have fun, but she has no friends because of Medimama. Masato, Wise, and Porta decide to be her friends. Seeing this, Medimama attacks Medhai, calling her a terrible excuse for a daughter, but Momoko stops her. Medimama admits she only pushes Medhai to be the best because it allows her to claim she is the best mother. Hearing this admission, Medhai unleashes her rage and transforms into a dragon. Medimama tries to blame Masato and attacks him, but Momoko stops her. Medhai drains all Wise's magic and argues with Masato over him having a wonderful mother. Momoko uses another skill, Mother's Words, to communicate to Medimama. Realizing she has been selfish, Medimama tries to apologize but Medhai attacks her. Medhai then steals Medimama's staff and encases herself in a protective shell. Once Momoko breaks the staff, Medhai transforms back into a human. Medimama catches her and they reconcile. Masato realizes Medimama's staff amplifies its wielder's feelings. At the academy's graduation party, Medimama decides to log out, but Medhai decides to stay and become the party's healer, much to Wise's chagrin. Sherez the mysterious nun arrives with the tool prizes for graduating, only to reveal they must wager the experience they gained in classes for spins on a roulette wheel to maybe win the tools. Masato and Wise waste all their experience but only win health and magic potions. As a bonus for reconciling Medhai and her mother, Sherez gives Masato a bonus spin, and he wins Momoko a new mother's apron, which he decides he can live with. Medhai quickly realizes there is not much to do in Masato's party. Masato finds a flyer for a new tower dungeon with a single wish as its final prize and decides to invade it. However, upon arriving in the area, Masato finds it full of angry mothers. They locate Sherez in a nearby coffin. She informs them she has no knowledge of the tower and she suspects someone is sabotaging the game. Upon entering the tower's first few floors, they meet Amante, a member of an anti-mother party called Rival. Deciding they cannot let delinquents get their hands on the wish, Masato decides to defeat Rival and return the members to their parents. However, to be strong enough to beat the tower, Sherez suggests forming a guild. They take over an old guild hall, which Momoko names the With Mom My Guild. Masato, Medhai, and Porta go shopping for building materials to repair the guild, only to see Amante shopping as well. She attempts to insult them but Medhai unleashes her dark side, so Amante admits she sent an assassin to their new guild. Wise suddenly teleports in to tell Masato Mamako is in danger. Masato rushes back to the guild only to find Mamako about to hand over all their money to a disguised assassin. The assassin flees, leaving a bomb, but Mamako disarms the bomb with the skill mother's headpat. Amante appears demanding to know why her bomb did not explode, but flees after seeing Mamako. The assassin and his team reveal they planted bombs around the city and will set them off unless the girls serve them as mates. However, their interaction with Mamako reminds them of their mothers. In the end, they agree to remove the bombs and apologize to their mothers. Mamako insists everyone share a hot spring to decide their next move, but Amante bursts in, furious at losing her assassins. However, she becomes embarrassed at the girls bathing naked with Masato. Shuraiz arrives at the guild with all the mothers who volunteered to join their guild and clear the tower, as thanks for returning 3 of their sons. Amante plants bombs in the tower to kill them all, but grows frustrated when the mothers are late, and accidentally blows herself up by falling down the stairs. The party finally makes it inside the tower. They climb the rubble made by Amante's explosion and make it to the next floor, annoying Amante. She teleports to another floor and sets a trap to electrocute anyone using metal weapons, but electrocutes herself by accident. A thoroughly disheveled and frustrated Amante challenges Mamako to a competition to prove she doesn't need a mother. Mamako easily wins both a dishwashing and laundry competition, so Amante flees again. On the 90th floor, they run into a trap that strips their armor, leaving everyone in their underwear, except the mothers, while Masato is mortified at seeing Mamako in her underwear. Amante, likewise in her underwear, reveals she transformed all the children into monsters and amplified their anger to make them attack their mothers. Medhai and Wise confuse the monsters with magic while Mamako activates her skill Full Mom, clothing the mothers in armor to find out why their children are unhappy without taking damage. With the children reconciled with their mothers and returned to normal, the assassin reveals the wish Amante once granted is to get rid of all mothers. The party rushes to the 100th floor and are separated from each other. Masato is attacked by fake Mamakos, but is saved by the real one. They then reunite with Wise, Medhai, and Porta. Amante defeats the boss and decides to defeat Mamako as well. She reveals her constant rejection of mothers unlocked a disobedience skill that reflects all magical attacks. She then points out that Masato has been unable to experience the adventures and romance he wanted. Masato admits that while this is true, he wants to continue adventuring with Mamako. Amante claims she hates all mothers, so Mamako uses a higher skill. Mother says no, injuring but not defeating her. Amante rushes to claim the wish, so Masato blurts out something Mamako wished for: fresh eggs. Amante is denied her wish and flees. Later, Shuraiz reveals Amante dropped a dark crystal identical to crystals used to corrupt Wise and Medhai's mothers. She also reveals Rival is made up of 4 fiends, and with Amante defeated, there are 3 more fiends to defeat, which she makes their next quest. Masato admits it is no longer just his adventure, it is his and Mamako's.